Hello, crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I'm here with Simon Hurley's latest collection. This one is called Sending Hugs. Very, very cute collection. One of his previous stamp sets, I think, inspired this collection. So I'll show you that card because I remember the card very, very well. Once I saw that panda bear, I was like, well, this reminds me of something. He has dies that have a dog, a cat, a bear, panda. Really, really fun set. And you can style it. There's even a little graduation hat die too. Thumbs up, Simon. Great collection. Love it. But before I get started, Kit Club is available, and I'll link my Kit Club video here, open until the 27th of this month for new subscriptions. Also, Crafters Spellbinders has their latest Deals and Deal sale going on. I'll link my video here so you can take a look at all the goodies. Alrighty, Crafters, let's get into this video with another winner from Simon Hurley. Let's get started. This is the entirety of the Sending Hugs collection. 3 fabulous die sets with these cute critters. A stencil that goes along with the Puffy Hearts 3D embossing folder. So this is an optional purchase if you want to be able to stencil these hearts in different colors and have fun. Or you can choose to not use this and just use this alone, the stencil, and you'll get an image like that. So this is super fun right here. Also, there is a bonus in the Sending Hugs. There is the Very Best. And this is all goodies by Simon Hurley. Simon, love. This whole collection is fabulous. Very Best stamp, and then there's the optional coordinating die to go along with it. It doesn't cut out the sentiments. With this die, which is very interesting, these dies, the outline fits these images, and then the leaf also is here. But you can also make this just as strawberries with the top and have the dip, swirls. So there's Valentine's fun, all year round fun, but this is like a 2-for-1 die set. So if you like the strawberry dies, you can just get this alone and you'll see an example both of it stamped and as a die alone in my video. So this is definitely a 2-for-1 winner. I really like this option with this. It's not just, it only works with the stamps. And the stamps, there's the solid part. So you can just ink it up. You don't have to color it in, or you can choose to color it in by stamping it like this when it's clear and fill it in that way. So lots of options with this sort of fun Very Best stamp, and option to get the die, which works on its own. Thumbs way up for that, Simon. You were like thinking 6 degrees deeper into the set. Giving lots of options with that one. For the 3 die sets, there is the birthday bear. This is so fun. It can either be a bear or a panda. And here, that's a present, party hat, sentiment, happy birthday, let's party. And all of these, they have diagrams. I'll show you them in a second. Then there is Congrats Cat. And I don't know if anybody else did this, but I also made a different character with this one. Just take a look at this face. What does that face look like? You'll see it in a second. So this is a Congrats Cat, and you can have 2 styles of the cat face with the layering. Here's a cocktail, graduation hat if you want to go that route as well. And then layering for the cats. You can have the cat with stripes, the cat without stripes, all sorts of fun. Sentiments, congrats and celebrate. I'll give you the measurements of these on my examples, okay? Darling dog. So cute. Of course, I had to make my dog Tori, which was very hard because her body is mostly white with black spots. And when you work with a die like that, it just becomes interesting. Just keep that in mind. But it still works. It's Tori. Lots of fun with this, but there are lots of bits to layer up with this. This is a great set to use with your Platinum Scout. All of this I was cutting with the Scout. As a matter of fact, everything here pretty much. I love you sentiment and sending hugs. Here, this is the Valentine one. You get the hearts. You get the little headband that you can put the hearts on. Color that you can decorate. Lots of fun. Here is the diagram. Now, for the diagram, you go on the product page. Go through all the photos. Towards the end, you'll see the diagram. You can take a screenshot. I always take a screenshot, then print it out. That would be page 2, okay? Don't print out the whole thing because then you'll get 15 pages. Don't do that. Just page 2. Choose page 2. I use my phone and I get it like this. So here it is as a bear and a panda. You see all the layering? Definitely use the diagram for this. Even if you just hold the phone open and you work with it from there, do it that way because these are lots of layers, but absolutely worth the effort because it does tell a story when you layer it up really nice. Here is the cat. Look at all the options with the cat. The cat with the spots, the cat with the stripes, cat solid, super fun. And then the dog. Lots of bits. See the dog 2 different ways. Up here, And then down there, see how the snout looks different? It's not just the different colors, it's actually different looks. Again, great job, Simon. 2 thumbs up. So we have birthday bear, congrats cat, darling dog. And here is the Puffy Hearts 3D embossing folder. This is 5.5 inch wide, 8.5 inch tall. You would use universal plate system for this, and the optional layered Puffy Hearts, which you can purchase by itself, or there will be a bundle for this too. I'm pretty sure there's a whole bundle for all of this. Simon always gets fabulous bundles with his collections. But you can work this by itself. So super fun. The stencil is a 6x9 stencil. Fun, fun, fun. All right, now let's look at my examples. First up, in celebration of Valentine's Day, like you see on my nails. Did you notice that my Christmas nails, they lasted over a month? Crafters, those are press-on nails. They're not press-on nails with glue. They were press-on nails with tabs. I don't use the glue one because it messes up my nail too much. So these are tabs as well. So let's see how long this one lasts. Most of my cards are Valentine themed for this sending hugs. I thought the sending hugs, Valentine's, why not? 2 thumbs up again. So here is Tori, and she has on her little collar. And look at the little decorative detail, which is right here. See the top with the bandana and the hearts? Because if I didn't put these little bits on, I think she would have looked too masculine. And I did use my Copic markers to color in her spots. I just created spots. I didn't go like super dark in terms of her being black and white. I kept her more gray because back here I do have the black cardstock. I had to be careful of what I had back here because I have both white and black and gray. And I didn't want to use green or some other color. It was clashing with this. It was a whole thing just to get these layers, okay? But a foundation dye still helped. So, darling dog, my little baby Tori, is roughly 3 inches tall with that piece add-on, 3.25 inch, and the width, 3 inches wide. Where it got like all the layers was right in here. And then here is the Puffy Hearts without stenciling in the background. This is pomegranate color wheel cardstock. Isn't that fun? And I kept the whole card. Black, red, white. For the foundation die, I'm using the Scallop and Stitch Edge ovals. This is a fun die set. I think this die set in particular works very well with all of these little cuties too. Every single card I could have used this foundation die to highlight each of these cuties. Isn't that interesting? If I just use this by itself, I could punch a hole here and then turn it into a tag. You could use it for gift bags. You could use it even as a home decor piece because this is big enough. The height of this is 5 inches tall, 3.75 inch. So you could actually string them along too and make a banner with all the cuties as well. So this is a fun one. And this is an all year round winner. So you get the largest scallop here, which is in white. Then this layer in black. And then more layers. And some of them have stitch detail and a bow. Love Scallop and Stitch Edge ovals. This has been going on sale from time to time. Put this one in your wish list if you don't own it already. You can definitely make a lot of cards and have that jumping off point to start with this set, okay? Very, very easy to work with. Very easy to layer up as well. For the sentiment, I'm using the Valentine Happy Hour Sentiments press plate and die. Press or glimmer, die cut once. Lots of fun sentiments in here. Here I'm using Cheers to Us on Valentine's Day. I do have it glimmered on black cardstock, matte silver, hot foil roll. Isn't that fun? Finish this off with some red gems. I'm loving the red gems against the black cardstock. I think it just has a nice pop. Isn't that pretty? Tori looks so darling. Love, 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 love. Next up, card number 2. Look at the fun here with the panda. So loving it. So I didn't do a bear. I decided to do a panda. With this card, actually, the black and white was easier to layer than this one. Notice the background with the stenciling. So super pretty. Love that. So this is the heart solid with the embossing folder, and then that's it with the stencil. I think the stencil really does give it a lot of life. All right, crafters, I just want to show you really quick what I was talking about when I said that there is a stamp set designed by Simon. It's an older stamp set. It's a very large 6x9 inch photopolymer stamp set with the beautiful panda, you see? But do you like it like this or do you like it like that? Both ways, fabulous. So I had used this a long time ago with my birthday wreath add-on and Make-A-Wish arch label die set. And there it is as an easel card. So I could have actually replicated this with this. Wouldn't that have been fun with the die here? So fun. And the sizing looks roughly the same. In this stamp set, and I don't know the name of it because I packed up all of my Simon goodies, there was also this dog. But the dog in the die set does not look like this. But cutie patootie though, right? I will find it and I will put a link below. It'll just be in the other supplies. I will put what this stamp set is that matches the coordinating die, just in case you want to have some fun with it. For the birthday bear, which measures 2.5 inch tall by 3.25 inch wide. This one layered up pretty easy. This piece, which looks like a claw, is actually that part for the eye, okay? If you see this and you're like, what is that? Use the diagram again. Instead of turning this birthday, I decided to go celebratory because of the sentiment, toasting to love, laughter, and happily ever after. For that toasting, I'm coming into Congrats Cat. That means all these bits mix, match, and play. I could have put a graduation cap over here and then done congrats. I didn't use these sentiments. I came in with better press. That option is there, okay? But I just love the whole better press, dialing up a little bit of elegance on all of these cutie patooties. And of course, I'm using the Puffy Hearts 3D embossing folder and the layered Puffy Hearts stencil. What you do is you emboss this first and then stencil after. When you do it the opposite way, which I did first, you see what happened? Up here, it's in line. Down here, it's shifted, and I learned a lesson. Okay? Don't do that. But super fun. This is a 5x7 card. I cut a 5x7 card base, and then I cut a layer 1/4 inch shorter. And then I finished this up with some opal gems. I love to use opal gems to represent bubbles, like the bubbles here, and just put a few of them here. Again, this is glimmered using the Valentine Happy Hour sentiments, press plate and die. This is another one that goes on super sale from time to time. Put this one in your wish list if you don't own it already. Every Valentine, you can just keep bringing this one out. Fabulous little set. Isn't that cute though? So love the bear. Now for card number 3, look over here. Did I say that there was a cutie patootie pig? No, but I made one. So for card number 3, this is another 5x7 because I'm putting 2 characters here. Both of them are Congrats Cat. When I looked at this face by itself, I was like, that's a pig. I'm going to send a DM to Simon so he can see that I turned it into a pig because maybe he'll want to do this himself with his own set. I think that is super fun. So the cat does double duty. This is the piece that you would put here. I die cut this with chiffon color wheel cardstock, came in with my 9-inch pro shears because you know I can do detail cutting, fussy cutting with this big pair of scissors. Fussy cut this out. That's what you see here. To do those holes on his snout, I'm using the eyes, okay? So I didn't come into something outside of the set. I believe it might have been this one or this one. One of these is over here. And then I put black cardstock behind it. So it does have cat paws, but it's okay. Not a big deal. I could have also just kept it solid cardstock here, meaning continue the chiffon in here, then you wouldn't notice it as much, but it's okay. You still see a pig. At least to me, I see a pig. I just realized I forgot something. I forgot to put the ear detail like this one. I think I like it just solid anyway. After I finished the pig, which I actually did first, then I came into the cat. The cat is cut out of timber, and for here, that's acorn color wheel cardstock. This is all color wheel cardstock anyway. The cat is 2 3/4 inch tall. The width, 3 inches instead of 3 1/4, okay? I knew I was going to use both of these characters on one card, but I had options. I could have stacked one up here, one down here, cut 2 circles and have it on a slim line. It could work on a slim line card, but I decided to go 5x7. I needed the width, okay, because of the hands and everything. So a A2 would have been very tight, or this would have been really on top of each other to have it on an A2. You could put it on an A6 as well. For the party hats, because I turned this into a birthday card, I came into the birthday bear, and I used that little bit right there. I cut 2 party hats. That's Dahlia and Teal Topaz color wheel cardstock. In the background here, I'm using Puffy Hearts 3D embossing folder. This is actually Pink Sand essential cardstock, Spellbinders older cardstock. I needed a little variation, but still pink behind my little pig. If I had used blush, I think it would have matched it too much with the chiffon. Some of the colors get light, so if you have the older Spellbinders cardstock, keep using it. Still serves a purpose. It still is great. I love both of them, okay? And I have a lot of essential cardstock, and now building up a nice stash of the color wheel, okay? Because I have so much white space, I wanted to bring in something just to tie these 2 together, plus fill up some of the space. I'm coming into both my Builder Wreath and Garden Wreath add-on die sets. For the sunflower, I'm using the Build-A-Wreath die. So I just cut 2 of my sunflowers. I could have also brought in twigs, pine. I have 2 more flowers and a bow too if I wanted. There's also the Garden Wreath add-on, and both of these are from the Beautiful Wreath collection. Goes on sale from time to time. This is another one to put in your wish list. You can get lots of goodies and bits, especially from this one. This is great too for that foliage and swags and such. So from Garden Wreath, I am using this little one right here, which also looks like a sunflower, and the leaves. Didn't go into my favorite. Very tempted to, but I decided to use this one, and I think it kind of picks up on each other. I'm using beeswax color wheel cardstock along with saffron, and this is fern. Put some gems here in the center too, and I did use the centers here. I love the centers in my own set. Yes, but I do love them. Use them all the time. Super duper fun. You can make wreaths with all of these. There is another bow in here and more flowers too. I could have sprinkled a ton of flowers. If this was Easter, maybe I would have put a ton of flowers on it. I'm already seeing Easter in the stores. Are you? I went to Hobby Lobby the other day, and of course Home Goods, and I was like, wow, really? Yeah, really. For my little window here, I'm using Essential Stylish Ovals. Largest die is an A2, 4 1/4, 5 1/2 inch. What I'm seeing is 4 inches, so I came into the second one, okay? For that layer. Super fun. And then I pop this up off of this, and then I pop these guys like coming out. And then I have my sentiment. For my sentiment, happy birthday from all of us. I'm coming into my texture and foliage collection. I'll link my video here. Birthday wishes, press plate, and die. Look at all these fun birthday sentiments. So with this one, because I have the 2 of them, I used the from all of us. And then happy birthday. There's even happy belated birthday. Cheers to another year. This could also work with cheers to another year. And also, it's your special day. Lots of fun sentiments can work with this. Even happiest birthday wishes can work here as well. Press or glimmer, die cut once. This time I have it pressed. Porcelain cotton card with black better press ink. I brought on every version that I have this done, and the pressed looked the best with this whole layout. So what do you guys think? Love, right? What do you guys think of my little pig? I think this is fun. So this little cat is a 2-for-1 die set. Love that. All right, now let's go into Berry Blast. I made 2 options with this just to show you that you have options with it, especially with that die set. Here is the 4x6 stamp set, high quality photopolymer stamp, and then the die on the back. Let's look at example 1. This is it stamped out using these solid bits and then cut out with the outline of the die, and then using the sentiment, you're the very best, which I heat embossed. To create my card, I'm using a few foundation dies just to tell the story with this one. I'm using the Bow and Bell scallop frame die. This is so fabulous. Largest die is 3 3/4 inch wide, 4 7/8 inch tall, has a layer and then 2 stitch layers. So it is designed by Lisa Horton. That's why you're seeing layers like this. So this is the oval version, came out first. This is now the rectangle version. Notice you're seeing scallop detail, but with stitch. And this one is scallop detail solid. Fabulous, fabulous. Thumbs up. Bow and Bell also has a bow and a bell. I love the layering with a smaller foundation die like this, because when you have a small image, when I put the 3 strawberries together on an A2, so then I use these layers can help. Black cardstock on the base, and here for that card base, I'm coming into precision layering, A2, sets A. Of course, I had to use this to cut out that card base. I could have also used this for the layers, but it would have just all been rectangular layers. I think for something like this, I like the detail with the scallop. There's also precision layering, A2 sets B. Love these, talk about these all the time. If you are new to my channel, consider subscribing, and everybody, please give this video a thumbs up. So, largest die in set A is 4 1/4, 5 1/2 inch, and A2. Largest die in set B, 1/8 inch shorter. Both die sets, 16 dies in each set. When you go between them, then you get very tight increments. These go on sale from time to time. If your budget is tight, get this one first, because this one has the A2, then eventually add on its best friend. These 2 by far winners, one of my favorite sets. They're just my little helpers all the time. So I used it for the card base, and then this layer here, and that and that. Cute, right? I finished this off with some peridot gems, which is the lighter green gems. There is green gems, that's a more olive color, beautiful. Against the black, it was too dark, but the peridot against black, thumbs up, just like the red, right? Very pretty. Here is card number 2, completely different look, right? As if this is not related to this. This is now featuring only the die set, which is the Berry Best die. You could get this alone, or you could get it bundled together, or you could just get this one, okay? I will detail every option below. If I say stamp, it will be stamp only, die only, stamp and die together, okay? Look how fun this is. So I layered the 2 together. I used the drop-in for the berry detail. I could have also brought in a black pen afterwards and highlight it, but I left it like that. I didn't really need to do it, but you could do it if you wanted to just add more detail. This is die cut out with Poppy color wheel cardstock, and up here, that is Peridot color wheel cardstock. So I used these toppers and then brought on a lot of ink and ink blended. At first, my plan was to use this and do like a birthday card, but then I switched up and I was going to use this too. Maybe I should make this like a all year round card. So then I decided to make it into a wreath. Coming in with my texture and foliage collection using seasonal wreath foliage. This one right here. This has a holiday wreath here. This one is mistletoe, but this one can be used year round too. And then up here is what I'm using. I cut this 4 times. This is a A6 card, which is 4.5 by 6.25 inch tall. There's also the sentiment, Merry Christmas with a shadow. And berries. I could have put some berries in here. I decided not to because I already have berries right here, right? And then I needed a sentiment in the center, so I wanted a large sentiment. So I'm coming in with You Are Everything sentiments, press plate and die, oldie but goodie, by far winner. Been going on super duper sale. If you have a glimmer or a better press, this is a fantastic better press sentiment set to own. Look at all the fun, all year round, all occasion sentiments. With sympathy, congrats, happy anniversary, take care, feel better, few birthday, thanks for just being you, and you are everything wonderful. That's just fabulous right there. Best friend card all the time. Press or glimmer, die cut once. This is such a winner. Here you're seeing it glimmered with black card stock, matte gold hot foil roll, okay? Finish this off with some gold gems, the solid part. I just realized I had the card there the whole time. But I love this whole wreath take and using this to decorate the wreath. I have not used bits this big on a wreath, but it still works. Thumbs up for that. Okay, crafters, so that is it for Simon's fabulous new release with Spellbinders. I love everything here. I love all the layering, fun, the options. So many options with each of these sets, even down to the stamp and die set. I had to play with it this way just to see what it would look like. Works so fantastic. 2 thumbs way up for that. Great job again, Simon. Love the little cutie patooties up here. Love that I can make my dog, a cat, even a pig. Alrighty, crafters, everything will be detailed and linked below. Thanks so much for watching. Alrighty, crafters, until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye!